Chairman, I'm very grateful. Honorable Dr. Alhaji Rashid Pelpuo, congratulations.
Thank you.
Doctor, you are a role model. And for some of us today, we should eulogize you. Your humility, your honesty, but your competence is not in doubt. And so I'm not surprised that the president selected you for this strategic ministry. You've been a counselor for some of us, an inspiration for many, many northern young politicians. We can only wish you well. Inshallah, the good Lord will guide you as you move every step. We leave you in the hands of God. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Chairman, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you very much. No. Two subject matter committee members. Honorable members, I recognize another subject matter committee member in the person of Honorable Frank Afriye. You have the floor.
Chairman, I'm so grateful, and with your leave, let me congratulate and wish my senior brother all the best. Indeed, you are proceeding, and by the grace of God, we shall be heading a ministry that is largely seen as contentious. A lot of labor agitations, salary issues. Meanwhile, I fully associate with the earlier speakers on the observation that you are indeed a role model for those of us who are more inclined to toe the path of diplomacy and to be gentle and soft-spoken like yourself. However, the average Ghanaian out there, how would they be convinced that you have what it takes to balance the two, leading a ministry that will be hot, and you yourself, you are averagely soft-spoken and cool-headed? What is your biggest tool yet in your toolbox?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Well, this is a question that requires my overall personality input into a system that is often and sometimes populated with lots of agitation. I believe that if you are quiet, if you are gentle and you are thoughtful, it's easy to find answers to many, many problems. One of the greatest problems we have in this world is that where you are in confrontation with somebody and both of you are angry, you can't solve the problem. Somebody has to be thoughtful and quiet. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any further question?
Chairman, best wishes to him. No further question.
Thank you. I'll proceed to give the floor to Honorable Patrick Yaubama.
Thank you very much, Chairman, and congratulations to our senior colleague, Honorable Rashid Pelpuo. I have 3 questions for him, and the first one, I'll proceed to lay the foundation to that question, a very important one. It's on pensions, and since the inception of Act 766, that's the Pensions Act, as amended under President Kufuor, which significantly sought to unify all the pension regimes, including doing away with the then Cap 30. Just to refresh your memory a bit, Cap 30 has been in place since 1950 under the British Colonial Ordinance, and that's Ordinance 42, popularly known as Cap 30. The rationale and objective for the unification was, among other things, to improve retirement benefits as well as to ensure equitable contribution of all manner of employees, both government and private sector employees. To date, governments haven't been able to implement the unification program, resulting in injustice to some sections of the Ghanaian workers at the expense of others. For example, all workers under the security services do not contribute to their pensions and still enjoy the benefits under Cap 30, while employees with the civil service, Ghana Education Service, Ghana Health Service, Judicial Service, Parliamentary Service are contributing to their pensions. With this background, would you consider, as a matter of fairness and justice to all employees, to ensure the unification of this? Thank you.
Thank you. Definitely, I will consider working towards a unification being a point of understanding that will create lesser controversy from institutions and organizations negotiating on their own at different levels. If you have a uniform and unified approach, I'll go in for that. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
As a follow-up, so you are assuring the good people of Ghana and the working public of this unification that we spoke about?
As I'm still not the minister, but I'm giving my own opinion. If it coincides with the thought structure of the ministry, definitely I will go in for it. Thank you.
Okay, I ask because government spends over 300 million cedis in pensions on some of these areas. And let me shoot straight to the second question, Chairman. I know you are in a rush, and we are here to work. So allow us some space to ask some of the questions, Chairman. The second one is, Rashid Pelpuo is our senior colleague. He's very, very good. So let's do some business. The second question is on the single spine salary structure. And in 2009, between 2009 and 10, under Professor Mills, the president of Ghana, may he so rest in peace, he inherited a single spine salary structure. For equity and fairness, and on the background of low salaries for workers, for some reason, some services such as the Judicial Service, Audit Service, the GRA have opted out of the single spine salary structure, leading to agitations from other services, particularly the civil and local government service, who went on strike so many times in 2024 because of this. I don't know if you recall. What is the NDC government going to do with regards to the new salary structure being demanded by CLOSAC, and whether or not you grant same for them?
Thank you very much. I know that this is one of the key areas of concern and still under negotiation, the review of the single spine salary scheme. And I would plead for your support. I will join my colleague Ghanaians who are within the space of the labor industry, so we can finally get to a point when a review can take place, so we can have a satisfactory response from the NDC government to the many questions posed in that request for review. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't have any follow-up on that, but I'll go on and ask my last question. Honorable Giselle wants me to finish my question, but I don't know what the problem is. It's on Act 651. I'm sure you are familiar with it, the Labor Act. And some employees suffer all forms of harassment and violence at workplaces. And I would want you to tell Ghanaians some of the gaps within Act 651, especially on harassment and violence at workplaces. You hear some big private sector players beating their employees, women complaining here and there at workplaces. What are some of the gaps reading through Act 651 that you've identified that you'll be sending a proposal to Cabinet for a review of this very important act? Thank you very much.
Mr. Chairman, Act 651, the Labour Act, is the overall definition of our approach to labor. These issues he has mentioned are not gaps in that act. What it is our inability to implement fully the directives, the legal instruments that are found in that act. But I understand that because of changing effects of labor workplace reforms, because of issues about technology coming into our work life, and etc., there will be the need to look at it again to see how we can review it to commensurate with present changes and effects. And he, being a lawyer and a friend, I'm very sure with his deep interest in it, he will be a key person we can target to get resource, as a resource person in this effect, to try to get the Labour Acts reviewed and maybe amended. Thank you.
Chairman, I have just a follow-up on this, maybe for a fee when I'm consulted. Will you, from what you...
The bar must prosper.
Rightly so, Chairman. With all that you've said, would you consider increasing the retirement age from the civil service and the public service?
Mr. Chairman, there's a lot of talk about increasing the retirement age now. Some say up to 65, some say up to 70. They are still strong. Why should they retire? I think it should come as a result of a harmonious decision. We would need, as Ghanaians, to reconsider or to consider whether it is time for us to do so or not. A minister, somebody who is nominated and facing the possibility of being accepted or rejected, might not be able to make a strong point there. But I will go along with the many who will pose a view that there is a need for a reform, given our economy and our capacity to deal with it. Thank you.
My senior brother, congratulations. Katuma.
Oh, Abison, thank you.
Thank you very much. I proceed to recognize Hajia Ladi Ayamba, Honorable.